Today we are going to be doing a fall Thanksgiving sign. I have already gone ahead and stained this sign. I will link, or I'll show a picture over here of the stain I use. It's just a gray stain. And up here I will link a video of how I do my staining. So this is already stained, this is already dried. And today I'm going to be applying a distressed white finish over it. And then we'll be putting some lettering with a vinyl stencil on it. So, I've got my brush, my sign. These are for once I am ready to do my stencil. And these are some of the colors that I'm going to be using. This will be my main coat that I distress over this stained. And these, I'm going to be using a mix of those to do another piece of this. And you're going to want some sandpaper. This is 220 grit sandpaper. I do recommend for this purpose a high grit sandpaper because you don't want to take a whole lot of the paint off, just a very small amount. And the higher grit or the lower grit sandpapers, excuse me, they will take off a little bit too much and they are pretty likely to leave scratches. So I'm going to be using 220 grit today, and we are ready to go. So this is the chalk paint that I'm using. This is one of my favorite ones. It's the sheepskin color, and I use this all the time. So I'm gonna get this going. Since I'm going to be distressing this, I'm not using a full coat because I do actually want some of this stain to show through. Okay, and now I'm going to let this dry for a little bit, and while it's drying I'm going to go ahead and make my stencil. And I'm going to let this dry for probably at least 20 or 30 minutes. You want to let it dry until it's not tacky anymore to the touch. So I'm going to let that dry and we'll be back. Okay, so this has had time to dry. It's not tacky or anything. So we're going to give this a quick sanding with my sandpaper, that 220 grit. Now that's pretty smooth. You want to make sure it's smooth like that because when you apply your stencil, if you have bumps, it is going to make your ink bleed through your stencil. So really, really important that this is sanded down. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and apply my stencil. Alright, and so for the lettering, I'm using this brown coat, and then I'm going to do a mix of some of the other colors to do the leaves. And I chose on this not to do a double layered stencil. This is a pretty small stencil, so I'm just going to use the one stencil, but if you were doing a larger design with a lot of colors, you would probably want to use separate stencils for them. And these are just the makeup sponges, and this is what I use to apply my paint. And these are just actually from Dollar Tree, so you can use them and throw them out and you don't have to feel bad about it. Okay, as my last step here, I'm going to take some twine and I'm just going to wrap it around the top of my sign. Go. Hey guys, thanks for watching this tutorial. If you liked how this sign turned out, be sure to leave us a comment and like and share the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more crafting tips and tricks. Thanks for watching Deb's Joyful Designs.